welcome to What the Fort. As you can tell, we're not at a fort site today, we're at the non-conformist burial ground of Gulliford near Lympstone and Woodbury in East Devon. The first chapel was built here in 1689 and the boundary wall and 3 of the tombs are listed structures. Gulliford Burial Ground is located on the boundary of the parishes of Lympstone and Woodbury, approximately 3 miles north of Exmouth in East Devon. It is by the A376 and it's open to the public. Non-conformist or dissenter's faith was a breakaway from the Church of England, which became popular in the 17th century. They generally preached more simple practices and religion with more basic principles without rituals. Gulliford was originally built as a Presbyterian chapel, which is a branch of non-conformist faith, and was later converted to Unitarian use, as this map of 1906 shows. The first chapel was built here for a congregation of around 300, with many coming by horse-drawn coach from Exmouth, Topsham and the surrounding villages. In 1774, a second larger chapel was built to accommodate the growing congregation, but by the end of the 19th century, rules around non-conformist practice were eased and chapels were built in Exmouth, Topsham and even in the centre of Lympstone. The congregation here at Gulliford then dwindled and the last chapel was knocked down in 1907. We have several different grave markers here at Gulliford. We have chest tombs and gravestones, and we also have plaques on the boundary wall, but most people could not afford to have their name on a grave marker. For example, from 1790 to 1820, 105 people were buried here at Gulliford, and only 24 of them appear on gravestones, and this is why the cemetery looks so empty. This is the tomb of Worthington Bryce. He was born in 1701 and died in 1781. He was born in Devon but attended Oxford University. He was quite an entrepreneur with involvement in mining, shipbuilding, property and whaling. He also owned a try-works on the shore in Lympstone where whale blubber was processed, until the locals in their large houses complained of the smell and it was moved further south. This is the plaque for George Manson, who was buried at Gulliford. George was born in Edinburgh and was a skilled painter who travelled to France and Belgium and Holland. He was accepted into the Royal Academy's summer exhibition and was known for his fine depictions of people, including this painting known as the Cottage Door. George, photographed here, moved to Lympstone with his sister when his health declined, and he died on February the 27th, 1876 from TB, only aged 25. After his death, his friends borrowed back many of his paintings from their owners and held an exhibition in his honour in Edinburgh. These are the headstones of Sarah and James Abbott. Sarah died first in 1822, aged 79, and James Abbott, who had her headstone made, took the opportunity to proudly put on her headstone that he had been turnbrooch to King George III. A turnbrooch is someone who is in charge of preparing the meat and turning the spit roast. James died in 1827, aged 61. Elizabeth Howarth is buried under this chest tomb. She was the sister-in-law of Captain Howarth of the HMS Victory. Her husband, Edward Howarth, was also in the Royal Navy. When he was at home on half pay, she would support them by selling her engravings. She died in 1820, aged 85. Friends of Gulliford Burial Ground, along with Lympstone and Woodbury Parish Councils, have just recently overseen a Heritage Lottery-funded restoration project. The boundary wall has been repaired and many of the crumbling tombs have been restored. There will also be new gates and notice boards installed, as well as community events and a wildflower area, so all can come and enjoy this peaceful spot. Thanks for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope to see you soon.